Hello YouTube, this is Dakota from Bowtie Media, and we have channel history in the midst right now. Yes, if you've seen the runtime of this video, this is the longest This Week in EDM video I have ever produced because I've missed 4 weeks, including this week, so I guess 3 and then including this. So we are doing 95 songs pretty much from all of October. So it's pretty much this month in EDM. So this is going to be a massive video. I hope to not do these massive videos again because it's going to take a long time of editing, and I don't even know if the description can hold this much text. I don't even know if I'm going to edit everything properly here, but this is what's going to happen. We got a lot. Stick with it. Let's do it. In the trash category, we've got Hardwell and Sub-Zero project featuring Lil Jon with Brace for Impact. Absolutely mind-numbing hardstyle that really serves no purpose. Lil Jon actively hurts the track instead of helping it, and the drops and the pre-drops are just ridiculous. Then we got Steve Aoki and Blasterjaxx with Shake That from this kind of A-B double-sided single release. Festival techno that's intended to get people up and moving, but fails to do so with its lifeless sound design and awkward vocal cadence. Then in the bad category, we've got the John Summit remix of Britney Spears' I Wanna Go. Completely unnecessary remix that does so little to differentiate itself from the original. It's even more boring, it's more lifeless, and generally a bad remix. Then we got Oliver Heldens with Open Your Heart, an incredibly cheesy song with little quality in writing or production. We got Alison Wonderland and Whyte Fang, which is technically her other alias, with Ecstasy. A collab of sorts between these two aliases, but I'm not really feeling this one though. It's a screechy trap cut with the very intense highs, snappy bass lines, and practically nothing in between. Then we got Dr. Ushu and Automhate with Ushuumhate from the new Ushuverse LP album that came out. This track in particular is an uneventful rhythm tune with no real hook. The repetitive melody and lack of dynamicism is just a style I don't really care for. Then we got Magree with Siren from the new Spit Love album. This track in particular is a pretty rough run for Gigi. The distorted vocals don't lend itself too well to this style of driving techno, a techno sound that kind of just exists. Then we got Kayzo with Overload 2K. Kind of just feels like a hardstyle song for the sake of hardstyle. It's not really trying to do anything of note other than provide that specific style of beat. Then we got Major Lazer featuring Parris, Goebel, America Foster, and SadBoi with BRUK Down. A funk caracal track that just doesn't do much of anything. The production, the vocals, none of it really tries to stand out or do anything of note. Then hopping into the meh category, we've got AFROJACK and Aloe Blacc with In My World. A very uneventful festival progressive house track that just is. Aloe Blacc's vocals are fine, while the production is incredibly linear. Then we got Alan Walker with Elley with Moonshine. The lyricism here is so whatever, and the drum and bass production is fine. The track just doesn't do anything one way or another. I know I keep saying that. A lot of music came out, a lot of it just didn't do anything. Then we got Armin van Buuren featuring Kiki with Put Your Baseline. A fine mainstage trance tune with supporting vocals that don't really make a whole ton of sense. It's a kind of weird song holistically. Then we got Borgore, Level Up, and Eloise Kebel with Palm of Your Hand. I don't super care for this song, but I also see a lot of hate for this one, seemingly. I don't really know why. It's not earth-shattering, but it's also not a terrible tune. Again, kind of just is. And I'm sure what might be a hot take, we've got Dea with Fragmentation Field from the new Wonderkind EP. I'm really not feeling this EP or this particular track from Dea. The mixing feels a little too muted, and the melody is just a lot for me to, I don't know, really enjoy and want to come back to. I could have used some more breaks, I think, in the pacing of the song. Then we got Heldens, Sullivan King, and Bass Layers with Ringtone from the new Mither, the album LP. The album as a whole, I think, was decent, but this release is kind of sadly just the worst of the bunch. It is the release single, so that's why I'm talking about it. It's super short, sounds pretty generic, and I just don't think the melody offers much. Then we've got Kompany and Ivory featuring Rad Flipnote with Jackpot VIP from the new Jackpot Remixes comp. I still don't love the narrative of this track, I just don't really care for it, but production-wise, I do think this is a step up from the original. Then we got Kashmir and Sam Felt with Pretender. A pretty boring tech house that isn't doing anything too special, very much an Enema ripoff. It doesn't sound too bad, but again, Enema just does this better. Then we have Rehab with In My Head, a simple house tune that's built for streaming, simple melody, simple beat, fairly linear production. It'll probably stream well. Then we got Alesso and Sasha with Destiny, another generic festival progressive house track that is pretty much just made for festivals. It's fine. Then we've got Aloe and Millennium with To The Moon. This grand anthemic track has all the workings of a chart-topping hit, but lacks a real passion. I wouldn't be able to pick out who produced this song, these two guys, if I didn't already know. It kind of just sounds fine. We got Auden featuring Skylar Grey with Make Me Forget from the new First Love LP. A fairly old school flavor of progressive house with a long extended intro and built into this like kind of singular melodic drop. That being said, it does feel a little dated and lacking that kind of, I don't know, extra punch of something. Gigantic with a bassline drop. Then we got Big Gigantic and the Funk Hunters featuring Charlie Tuna with Beat Don't Stop. I love a good Charlie Tuna feature as much as I love Big Gigantic, but this song just feels a little empty for some reason. The drops are a little strange with a kind of descending staircase melody, and it's not one of Charlie's finest features. Then we got Chris Lake and Skrillex featuring Anita B. Queen with La Noche, a fairly underwhelming track in my eyes as Skrillex and Chris Lake produce a fairly by-the-books tech house tune. It's got a nice beat and simple melody, but it isn't much more than that. Then we got Fred Again, Danny Brown, Beam, and Parris with OG Dub, a structurally odd track that really isn't doing anything. I don't really know what's happening here. The production is quite cool, and I love what the melody sounds like, but there really isn't a melody. The track is kind of all over the place. It doesn't really have any typical structure that you would hear in a song, and Fred Again's been releasing a ton of songs in the last month, and this is the one I picked, sadly, even though it's my least favorite, but it is. Then we got Ganja White Knight and Liquid Stranger with Lost in the Sauce. A fine, almost classic sounding dubstep tune, a decent narrative that's a little silly, but again, overall, a fine track. We got Kai Wachi and Black Tiger Sex Machine with Save Me. I'm a little torn on this track as there are some elements I adore and feel like both of these artists are in their prime, but other elements like the drops and moments, I don't know, that just felt flat. We got Niels Hoffman and Bipolar Sunshine with High and Low from the new Everlight LP out now by Niels Hoffman. An okay new cut from this record, but not the strongest nor the weakest, but a decent showcase of the style of what this album is going for. That being this kind of melodic progressive house that sounds quite atmospheric. We got Quicks and Solar Sky with Curry Goat. I'll be honest right away, I don't love meme songs, and so it's kind of already knocked down a peg for me in that sense, but maybe I'm a boomer, I don't know. That being said, it's actually a pretty decent tune otherwise, with a kind of good jump up beat, and the meminess isn't too crazy, but really not something I'm going to go back to a whole ton. Baby, don't dance, when he got his clothes on. We got Rose Grey with I Don't Speak French from the A Little Louder Please Deluxe. A simple dance pop track that has that signature Euro flair from Rose Grey. But otherwise, this wasn't as strong as many of the tracks on the original album, which is why I get that it's on the deluxe. Then we got Shock One and Reaper with Back to Back. A relatively disappointing tune from these two, as this collab isn't really anything special, which I expected a lot, I think, from these two, maybe unjustly, but it's fairly generic drum and bass and doesn't offer anything really besides a norm. Then we got Sippy and Know Me with Wide Awake from the new Scars in Stereo LP out now by Sippy. This track in particular is a bit of an old school kind of liquid dubstep style. The track as a whole is, I don't know, I was a little iffy on it, but this one is, I would say, one of the stronger and more unique sounds on this record. Then we got Tame Impala with My Old Ways from the new Deadbeat LP. I'm not actually really a fan of this new Tame Impala record. Holistically, he's tackling a real EDM sound, but I just don't think this production and vocal style lends itself too well to this genre. The song just feels like a drag and a slog to get through at some points. And hopping into the good category, there is a lot. We're starting with Barely Alive with Hands Up, a heavy bro step track with some trappy influences, but overall just a balls to the walls, high energy, big movement style track. Then we've got Bensley, Justin Hawks, and Camarion with Sell My Soul VIP. I love this take on the VIP. It's a festival-ready, trap-heavy cut with a distinctly different feel from the original. So we got Bob Moses and Cry with Keep Love Waiting from the new Blink LP by Bob Moses. This track in particular does a good job of catching the whole style of the record, that being this more kind of beat-heavy house production from Bob Moses. It's not their strongest work holistically and overarchingly, but pretty solid. Then we got Darby and Lizzieland with I Cry. A short little stutter house tune from these two that has a solid groove to it, even though it doesn't last too long. And that trap midsection was surprising, but very welcome. Then we got Dirt Monkey with All I Need from the new Into the Neon Void album. A wonky-leaning dubstep tune. Most of the track list actually is. Lots of wub and equally as much dub. Fun song. We got Ever and Maxwell with Nightlife VIP from the new Tales Retold anthology. This anthology record is essentially a bunch of older tunes brought back to life, as the title implies. This VIP in particular has all the sounds of that old kind of dubstep sound from the early 2010s, but very clearly with a modern coat of paint. Then we got Graphics and Whatever with Drift Away from the new Don't Slow Down album by Graphics. A very typical Graphics tune with a deep, punchy synth melody, but this one has a bit of a vomit tinge to it, and I kind of like that. Then we got Grizz with Funk You Up, a solid new Grizz tune that plays off his signature sound and saxophone instrumentation. Nothing entirely new, but building off some solid repertoire. Then we got Heritage with Blue, a solid new dubstep tune from Heritage with a killer vocal that supports this fairly fresh sounding production. Then we got Jai Wolf and Tsunami with Heartbeat, a nice speedhouse track with a simple earworm of a melody. A decent tune that plays well, I should say, in larger contexts. With a lot of people, this song goes nuts. We got Cascade with Dancer from the new AB double-sided single. You can always count on a solid house track from Cascade, and these are no exception. Dancer is a heady progressive house tune with a catchy hook. Then we got Leo Tricks with Existing from the new Dub Plates Volume 777 EP. I actually really like the vibe of this track. In particular, it is super short, but it sort of works, especially in the full context of the EP. Then we got Martin Garrix and Saxcom featuring Scott Quinn, I'm sure I butchered that, with Ain't Letting You Down for the new Or I Go EP by Martin Garrix. I think this is the best track of the EP, and while it's not Martin Garrix really reinventing himself, this is just a kind of classic festival progressive house sound. It's anthemic, it's high quality, it's solid. Then we got Lazer, SadBoi, and Carter Rubin with Hello, I Miss You. A more punk-inspired drum and bass tune that plays very much into that early 2000s vocal aesthetic. A little overdone, but this is solid. Then we got MPH with Elley NYC from the new Substance LP out now. Not the most exciting of release singles, as this is an MPH track through and through. The relatively longer runtime, UK garage sound at its core, the infectious synth melodies, it all just screams quality MPH. Then we got Oliverse and Moon with Adrenaline. A nice dance floor drum and bass tune from Oliverse, but not one that really shines above typical songs of the same genre. Still a nice tune though. Then we got Opedan with Darwin from the new My Name Is Ope EP. This track, like most of them, is a kind of groovy two-step cut with an energetic vocal chop and snappy percussion work. Then we got Pluko with Never Fade, a heavier trap banger from Pluko with lots of wild, intense production elements sprinkled throughout to give this kind of snappy, quick feeling to the whole song. Then we got Rootkit with Fade. Rootkit with a fun little future house song that has all that signature Rootkit sound design that I personally know and love. It's a simple tune, but it's hella catchy. Don't get me started, I can use love. We got Sam Gellatree with Love on Me, a more disco-inspired track from Sam here with a shorter runtime comparatively to some of his others, but still a solid track. A little more reserved, but that does let his vocals shine. Then we got Scream Arts with Cultus, a unique sounding drum and bass tune with a lot of wet and liquid-like sound design, keeping the track very flowing and fresh. Then we got Seven Lions featuring Lily Alberg with So Far Away. A decently solid drum and bass tune from Seven Lions, which is fairly unexpected for him. It's got this melodic edge to it, as it would with Seven Lions. It's a fun track. Then we got Sharks with Butterflies. This pseudo comeback track from Sharks is a little underwhelming, I must say, but it is a fun tune with a bright palette, but far from his peak production. Then we got Subtronics featuring Linny with Friends. Subtronics showing off a more melodic side, and it's really actually quite nice. I particularly love the kind of jump up final movement that pairs great with the whole kind of lead in to that point. Has a great kind of, San Holo feel to it almost. Then we got the Chainsmokers with The Cure from the new Breathe EP. I haven't listened through the whole EP, I will say, but I do think the song is solid, this being the last song of the EP. Their vocal delivery is the strongest it's been in a while, the production has some light in it, and I actually love the kind of crushing guitars. Then we got the Tokyo Machine remix of Believe What You Want from Virtual Riot from the new Stealing Fire remixes. A nasty dubstep remix from Tokyo that really plays off the original quite beautifully. It's a little too chaotic probably for me personally, not one I want to come back to a ton frequently, but I can't deny it's a great mix. They got Yushi and OK with Enemies, a great dance floor drum and bass track with really solid vocals. Nothing too special, just solid through and through. Then we got Amnes and Sora's featuring Emski with Roth. I'm sure I butchered all those, but from the new Sable Valley Summer Volume 6 comp, this track is a moody, dense trap cut with firm percussion work and muted metallic hits all over the place. A really unique sound that I'm all for. Then we got Bishu with Tonight from this new A-B double-sided single. My favorite Bishu song in quite some time. This track has a shimmering house production with lots of indie flair, as Bishu really utilizes his vocals quite well. Even has a nice acoustic outro. Then we got Chill with Dominate. This new speed house tune has a real kind of big room sound to it, especially as Chill is trying to hit this like more, I don't know, big festival demographic, and I actually think it works quite well for her. I could have done without that hard techno finale, but otherwise, I'm a big fan of this tune. And I can't believe I'm saying this, David Guetta, Teddy Swims, and Tones and I with Gone, Gone, Gone. For three mainly derivative pop artists, this tune is easily one of their best songs in years for all three of them. From the literal worst vocal of all time on Dance Monkey, Tones and I deliver a really passionate performance that shocked me, honestly, with how true their vocal prowess really was. David Guetta's breakbeat production is well supported by the pop vocals from Teddy and Tones even, and everything just gels well together. I genuinely think this is a great song. Then we got Dylan Francis, DJ Snake, and Triggers with Bring the House Down. A pretty intense, no-nonsense banger of a trap cut. These three really just let the track speak for itself with little vocals and full throttle production. Then we've got the Big Boss Fight remix, originally by Dr. P. A typical remix for Boss Fight, and that is far from a bad thing here. The original tune really lent itself well to this Boss Fight production style of remix, and he came in and knocked it out. Then we got Hybrid Minds, Homesick, and Tempsa with Body Bags from the new Atmosphere LP out now by Hybrid Minds. This track in particular prefaces as this very commercial-leaning electropop tune with bright vocals, but morphs into this like graceful Euro liquid drum and bass sound. It's a surprisingly sentimental and it can be emotional tune. Then we've got Hyper Potions and T Pazolite with Thermo Funk, a super fun track that can really only be characterized as speed electro house. It's fast-paced, has a digital sound design at its core, and has this kind of soft Caribbean vacation-like bridge and finale that closes things out. Then we've got Said the Sky with Right Here. My favorite Said the Sky track in some time. It's euphoric, melodic, unique, and still sounds true to his core sound. Then we've got Memba and Irobi with Moonbeam. Memba continues to play around their own unique blend of trap and future bass that's got that kind of constant jitter to it. Hirobi's vocals pair well with the production, and I don't know, I just think it's a solid tune, and Memba always crushes it. Then we got Guy Arthur with Anybody Out There from the new Mind Over Matter EP. Guy Arthur has been on a tear lately with these new drum and bass cuts. This is an uplifting D&B track with a light and playful synth melody. It's a really cool blending of liquid and dance floor. Then we got Petite Biscuit featuring Eugene with Call Me Up from the new Movement 2 EP. A beautiful garage house tune with nice piano work and a solid vocal. Nothing too crazy, but a soft ballad-like track that sounds quite serene. Then we got Imanu featuring a girl named Sue with Bleak. Imanu with another stellar breakbeat tune. It's dark, it's moody, it's everything I hope for and love from an Imanu track. Then we got Infected Mushroom with Lightweight. I mean, it's a classic psytrance banger from Infected Mushroom. Almost 10 minutes in length, a wonky sound design, and a million different melodies for you to latch on to. Then we got Just a Gent with Machine Age from the new The Big Trip EP. This track is a fantastic melding of drum and bass, garage, wonky, electronic, a lot going on genre-wise, and it just works because Just a Gent is a masterful producer who can balance it all so proficiently. Then we got deadmau5 with Amiona. that's the first time I've actually tried to say it out loud. Amiona? Sure, that's what I'm going with. The first single of an upcoming record that will be his first solo project in over a decade. But the lead off here is a sign of good things to come. This screams classic deadmau5 with probably the cleanest production I think we've heard from deadmau5 to date. Then we got MLK and Chime with Inside, a meaty dubstep track that reaches into some color-based flair here and there, but stays true to its dubstep core. It's a great tune with a fairly fantastic sound design. Then we got Peekaboo and Born with Want It, a rave-heavy trap cut with a wonky bass line. It's a super catchy tune that I cannot get enough of. Then we've got The Midnight with Friction from the new Syndicate LP. The Midnight are just in tip-top synthwave form here. The aesthetics are great, the sound design is solid, and the vocals really tie the whole thing together. Then we got Solomon France with Attention, another fresh drum and bass cut from Solomon France that feels unique in an already oversaturated market of drum and bass. There's already been like 15 songs this week that I've talked about. We got Enzo and BRUK featuring Stephanie Nicholas with Blue Skies from the new Nexum Deluxe Edition. An additional funktastic, I guess, electronic tune that blends a bunch of different styles in one. This could have easily fit into the record and been just as strong as some of the original cuts, but I can sonically see why this landed on the deluxe. Then we got Salute with Love Has Come Again, a longer 5-minute track with a steady house beat and disco aesthetics. Sounds like a song that could have, lit up the music scene 30 years ago and still has that staying power today. Then we've got the Kompany remix of Broken Hearted, originally by Son Holo and Slander, featuring Julia Church. Yes, I actually love this remix, especially compared to the original, which I thought was fairly underwhelming. This track is the right amount of intense and reserved, and this is from a remix package, if I didn't say that at the top. Then we got the Skybreak Half-Blood remix of Atura's Like This. After seeing this track on socials for weeks, I'm stoked it's finally got its own release. It's a funky, high-energy, grooving, dynamic remix that plays off the original so well. Then we got the More Kismet remix of Reconnect, originally by Virtual Riot, another one from the Stealing Fire remixes. A match made in heaven here with the bright, kind of colorful production of More Kismet to work off the established production quality of what Virtual Riot has already laid out. This is trap, color trap, I guess, at its finest. Then we got What's Not and Bunshin featuring Maya Mansur with Threads. A very fascinating track with a melodic bass, kind of trap-leaning first half that morphs into this hard techno banger. All throughout, we are getting these kind of piercing synths that sound oh so classic What's So Not, and it works perfectly within the mix of this track. It's a super unique song. Then we got Ruralkis? I'm not sure. Apache and Wasio. Man, it's hard to do these sometimes. With Rome is Burning. A narratively doomeristic track with that kind of classic Apache sound design and big orchestral sound. I actually really like the vocals here more than anything else. And moving into the standout category, also the most amount of standout songs we've had ever, I think, on a video, we've got the VGR remix of Death by Glamour, originally by Toby Fox, from the new Undertale 10-year anniversary remixes. VGR might just be the single best artist to remix an Undertale song because their name is literally video game remixes. This song prefaces as this energetic speed house tune with lots of bright melodies, and then even has this kind of like halftime dubstep midsection. This is just a treat all around. Then we got Oakloo featuring FKA Twigs with Viscous. Pretty much as poppy as downtempo can get, and it's beautiful. These two sonically align quite well with all the vocal cries and riffs. It's a soft production with even softer vocals, and it's just beautiful. Then we've got Higo with Funk Machine, a marvelous new garage tune with tons of speedy elements as well, funk elements even. This might just be one of the best garage songs I have heard this year. Then we got Danny L. Harley and Caroline Polachek with Azimuth. I just adore these two working together. I love them individually as artists, and together on one, it's amazing. This is a more kind of vocal trance track with beautiful and ethereal vocals, exactly what you expect from Caroline Polachek. And man, I just love anything by Danny L. Harley. Then we've got, yes, Kim Petras with I Like Your Look. Frost Children are doing Kim Petras wonders with their production, as this is yet another modern electropop smash hit. The production is edgy yet clean. Petras' vocals are actually quite good and snappy and an earworm. It just works so well. Frost Children, praise. You can make Kim Petras look good. Then we've got Glacier with Safe in Sound from the new Exobolt 12 compilation. Another Glacier banger that really can't be defined as any one genre. It's jazzy, it's glitchy, it's ambient, it's indie. It's honestly what a lot of I love about music, the reason I listen to music. And Glacier never fails to amaze. It's also quite a touching track narratively. Then we got Liney and Elohim with King from the new Noise to Dance to LP out now by Liney. I think it's how you would say it, Liney. A wonky trap cut with a beautiful vocal from Elohim here. I'm in love with this track, and I think it's a real standout, which is why it's in Standout. Then we got Starseed and Josh Rubin with Gold. Simply put, my favorite Starseed track ever. I think the production is the best balance of heavy and melodic, while Josh Rubin's vocals fit perfectly. This is melodic dubstep perfection to me. And finally, we've got Skrillex and ISOXO with Fuse. My goodness, you've probably already heard this song 100 times before, but this is just an insane melding of classic bro step, Skrillex bro step, and modern ISOXO kind of trap aesthetics atmosphere. This just melds together for what is quite simply just musical, I don't know, nectar. This is like as good as it maybe gets in modern 2025 music, while also honoring the past of where EDM came from. Oh, if you watch the whole thing, holy my goodness, this is going to take me an hour or 3 to edit, but yes, hopefully it won't be so late next time. Thank you for watching. I've been Dakota, and this has been This Week in EDM. I will see you guys in another video.